Doc. I'm back again to continue my tour through Doc's Humidors. And I thought today what I would do is take you through some of my travel humidors and focus just on travel humidors. So whether you're just going to go overnight to Aunt Bertha's house or whether you're going to take a week-long trip, chances are you're going to want to bring some cigars with you. And depending on how much you usually smoke and depending on how far and how long you're going to be gone, you will have to have some kind of a travel humidor to take some stogies with you. So here's what I've done and what I had in the past. One of the first travel humidors that I ever had was simply a Tupperware plastic container. But basically that's it. It's just a Tupperware. It's an airtight container. It'll hold 6 or 8 cigars, and it has worked fine for me in the past. The only problem with Tupperware of any kind is that the plastic is not a good insulator, and as a result the temperatures change very rapidly. So if you go from cold to warm temperatures, there's no insulation really to protect the cigars inside, so they go up and down along with the temperatures pretty rapidly. Then I've got something called the cigar caddy, and these are basically airtight and indestructible travel humidors. When you open them up, you will see that they are foam lined, and that keeps your cigars protected. There is even a little insert here that has a humidifier that you can put a couple of drops of moisture there, and now you've got things humidified. This one holds 5 cigars. It's a 5-cigar traveler, so it's perfect to go in your golf bag for holding cigars for you and your friends. Of course, if you're just going out for the evening, you need to have a cigar case. And this is a leather cigar case. It's a 2-cigar case. These work very, very well. They're kind of soft, so they're not indestructible or anything, but perfect for putting in your coat pocket or whatever. And it'll keep your cigars in decent condition, at least for the evening. Then I've got bigger ones, like this one. This one's from Zycar, and this is a 3-cigar case. It's lined with Spanish cedar, and it is a little bit more durable than that soft leather case. And here's one from Camacho. Real nice. Again, this is a 4-cigar case, also lined with Spanish cedar, and again, hard shell so that it protects your cigars. Now, if you're going for a bit of a longer time, here's something that I have taken with me on many a road trip. Spanish cedar lined box. Notice that it has a built-in humidifier down here, so you just put a few drops of distilled water in this thing and you're good to go. Also, what I did, it came like this. What I did is I took a piece of foam, very thin piece of foam, and I cut it in the exact shape of the bottom of this humidor, and that way I can place this directly on top of the cigars after I put them in here, and that way they don't roll around and bash against themselves and get damaged. So that's a good idea. If you cut a piece of foam, make sure it's a thin piece and make sure it is the odorless, same kind that they use in camera bags. It doesn't have any chemicals in it, so it doesn't impart any odor and hence flavor to your cigars. So this is nice, and what I especially like about it is it'll hold quite a few cigars. It'll hold 10, 12, 15 cigars, depending on the size, and it is also very low profile. It's just about less than 2 inches thick, and it fits really well in my suitcases, which is why I like to take this one with me a lot. Here's another fantastic model put out by Eddie DeJong at Vandenberg Humidors, and this is a solid wood, and I mean this thing's solid. You could drive a semi over this thing and it would still protect your cigars. He made this one specially for me. It's got the Team Stogie Fresh logo emblazoned on the front there. A very nice travel humidor, and you can see it is Spanish cedar line. This one holds 246 cigars, and it has a spot in here built in for a little container of RH beads to deal with the humidification. each of these places where you can put your cigars has a channel drilled at the bottom of it, and that allows for airflow under and around the cigars as you put them in here. And it's got some very strong earth magnets to hold it closed. Boom. And this thing is great. Also, another one for going in style. This is the Fuente Opus X that I got actually with another limited edition humidor, and this was part of the bargain. But this is just a beautiful, just gorgeous travel humidor, and it's made by the Prometheus company for Fuente. And as you open it up inside, you'll see again Spanish cedar, and this one has all kinds of brass fittings in here that tell you what the number is. It's a limited edition. It's got a humidifier, and shoot, thing's almost too pretty to use as a travel humidor. And in fact, you wouldn't stick it in your bag like this because you'd be afraid of getting this beautiful coating scratch. But this one came with a hard shell cover. It's actually a hard shell plastic cover that's been covered by with a fabric, has a fabric sewn over it, so that you place this inside that and it protects the outside of this from being scratched. And I have taken this with me. It will hold probably 8 or 10 Robusto or double Robusto size cigars. And it sure is a beauty. Just a very nicely crafted humidor. It's got a velvet bottom on it so that you can put it up on things without being afraid that it's going to scratch them up. Just a beautiful humidor. And finally, my travel humidors is this thing. This is called a Road Warrior Extreme Cigar Protection device. This is another travel humidor with a solid plastic outside. You can see that it has a built-in humidifier that you can wet here, and then inside it has these foam trays that are removable, and there's actually 3 levels of these foam trays. Each tray will carry 2, 4, 6 cigars. All right. So 3 times 6, you got 18. You could actually fit more too if you have shorter cigars. You might be able to put 2 shorter cigars, like nubs or something. But a minimum of 18 cigars. And this thing is like the other one. It's airtight. It is indestructible, and it also has an interesting thing here besides having a handle. It has this air valve, and when you put this in your checked luggage and you go up on the planes, because of the pressure differentials in airplanes, oftentimes when you have airtight containers like this, if you take them on the plane and your checked luggage, when you get to your destination, you almost cannot open these things. There'll be so much pressure differential that you can't even crack the lock on them. Well, this is a little mechanism that actually relieves the pressure inside there without allowing any air exchange, so that you oxidize your cigars inside. But again, if I'm going for long enough, I will take this because it's just great, and it really protects your cigars, and it does a good job of keeping them humidified. And literally, you could leave this out in a rainstorm, you could throw it in a lake, and believe me, your cigars would be high and dry and tasty in this. Well, that about does it for my travel humidors and for my 3rd stop on Doc's tour of the Stogie Fresh humidors. So I'll be back next time with another stop on this tour. So until then, I'll catch you later.